I'm Precious Brooks, your certified life coach. And the reason I'm doing this live today is because I'm being obedient to my God's given vision. And by me being obedient to my God's given vision, I hope that I am able to help you, because I know for a fact that in this process, I am helping myself too. So again, tonight's topic is going to be about emotions. Emotions is something that we all have and something that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. When I looked emotions up in a dictionary, the definition given was a natural instinctive state of mind deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationships with others. To me, emotions, pretty much to wrap it up in a nutshell, is a way to express your inner feelings. Because sometimes a person may not know what you are going through in the inside. So to me, your emotions will show and relate to others what you are feeling in the inside. There are different types of emotions. I want to say the main core ones is maybe happy, sad, angry. Now, is emotions a good thing or a bad thing? That can go both ways. Again, so if you think about emotions, so I want you to think about, just say if you had a friend who wanted a laptop for their birthday. Well, they didn't even say they wanted for their birthday. They was in graduate school and you see them struggling and they really needed a laptop for class. And let's say you saved up the money. You really ain't had the money. You saved up the money to get them this nice laptop. You even got a few other people involved, and some people pitched in, help you, to get them a laptop that they need. And you may even got all the tools and the whistles on it. You got what we put on there, Microsoft, everything. This thing is just powered and ready to go. And it's your friend's birthday, and they open their gift, and you are very excited. You are looking at them in their eyes, and you just waiting on their reaction. And what if they open their gift and they're just like, okay, thank you. Like, how would that make you feel? How would that make you feel? You would probably feel like, okay, is this person not happy or something that I spent all this time and effort to give them the perfect gift? Maybe it wasn't the perfect gift. It may make you start to thinking of things in a different way. Or for instance, let's just say if you're a detective and you go into a family house, just say the husband got murdered, and you knock on the door, it's late at night. You tell the wife comes to the door, you say, hey, brace yourself, I got news for you. I need you to sit down. This is going to be some bad news. And you say, I want to let you know that we found your husband murdered. And this wife sat there and was like, oh, okay. Well, you will think, okay, maybe she had something to do with it. Her name probably will go up on the suspect list at that point. And the reason I use those two examples is because in both examples, the person was not showing their emotions. They was not showing their emotions and what it was that they, my daughter is distracting me. Don't do that. He's taking me off my train of thought. I am so sorry. She's showing her emotions right now. She's sad or mad because I just busted out. But it's all right. But anyway, so it is good to have emotions. It is a good thing. It is a good thing to show emotions. They are needed. They are important. You know, it's hard being in a relationship with someone or being around someone a lot who show little to no emotion. It's hard because it leaves you constantly thinking, you know, like, what, how do they feel about this? Or you maybe constantly have to keep questioning and ask them, well, did you like this? How did you feel about this? Or how did you feel about that? So emotions are a good thing. I mean, emotions, different emotions can be happy, sad. If a person is happy, a sign of happiness is simply a smile, a cheer. When a person is sad, sometimes to get that emotion out, they cry. If a person is angry, angry people do some things, right? You really got to get that emotion out of you when you're angry. You may scream, you know, to get that emotion, get that anger out of you. You may stomp. You may feel like punching a wall. You know, so it is good to have emotions and to get them out. Now, if you think about emotions too, think about some things that you may be emotionally attached to. What do I mean by that? Sometimes there are things in our lives, things as people, food, places that we are emotionally attached to. For me, for example, Fridays, I consider that my happy day. That's my happy day because I don't know where I get the energy from, but I'm up on Friday morning, skipping. Somebody may say good morning to me on Monday, and I might just say good morning. But if they say good morning to me on Friday, you may get good morning, happy Friday out of me. So, I mean, it's a big difference. So that's something that a day that I'm emotionally attached to. It may be something that makes you happy, like going to Starbucks may make you happy. Eating your favorite food can make you happy. Or there are sometimes some things, have you ever had a time in your life where you just was sad one day? You don't know why? And you like, what's going on? I'm just starting to feel sad all of a sudden. And then you realize, oh, this was the day that someone close to you passed away, or, you know, was getting close to that time, or something to that nature. So you get emotionally attached to days, to people. You get emotionally attached to people. A baby, when you have a baby, they get emotionally attached to you, and especially their mom or their father. Sometimes when they their parent leave a room, or they feel their parent is going to lead them somewhere, they begin to cry. They begin to cry. They feel sad. So you can get emotionally attached to people as well. Okay, now, emotions can be a problem. Yes, they can be a problem sometimes. Now, emotions can get in the way of your thinking. That's not a good thing, because the decisions you make are permanent, but emotions are usually temporary. Remember that. Emotions can change in a blink of an eye. You can be happy, jolly 1 minute. The next minute you can be angry as a bull. Then the next minute after that, you can be sad. Or you can have several emotions. But we can't let the emotions take over our thinking process. So have you ever just think about an argument you may have had? That you got very angry. That's an emotion. You get very angry, and when you get to that point, you may say things or do things that you later regret. That's an example of letting your emotions take over your mind, your thinking. Once you cool down, emotions die down, you may think, oh, I should never said that. I can't believe I said that. I was mad. I can't believe I did that. I was mad. So that's a time when emotions are not good, when we allow them to take over our thinking process. We got to remember, we are responsible for the things that we do. You can't go kill nobody and go to court and say, well, yeah, I was mad. I was sad. You know, this person did this to me, or they ain't trying to hit it. So we got to keep that in mind. I know you heard the expression, people say, get out of your feelings. Get out of your feelings. Get out of your feelings and do, you know, what it is that you need to do. You need to be thinking straight. You in your feelings right now. So there are times when you need to get out of your feelings, okay? Now, another time that emotions are not good is when they are prolonged. When the bad emotions are prolonged to the point where your emotion become your personality. You become Crybaby Cindy or Mad Marla. You become an emotion. Have you ever went to maybe a grocery store or a gas station, or it could be someone at a school or whatever? Every time you're around this person, they just angry. Like every single time they mad. That takes a lot to be angry every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That takes a lot. You can be describing them to somebody and somebody else even, oh yeah, she always mad. Don't let your emotions define who you are as a person till you become that person. That's not a good thing. Don't let your emotions define who you are. Now, emotions can become draining. Sometimes your emotions can drain you. For instance, if you have maybe a death in the family, you've been crying for days and days and days and days and days and days and days. It can be very draining. So now again, it's okay. It's okay. But sometimes we got to find the root of the problem. We can't, if you sit and cry and cry and cry and cry, someone has said, those tears that you cry, use those tears to build yourself back up. Don't use those tears to just lay in them and keep crying. So keep that in mind. Don't become that person, that emotional person. Your emotions can drain, and your emotions can drain the next person. If every time you're around somebody, you are always angry, you can cause them to get angry. Sometimes too, other people emotions can drain you. If you got somebody who you talk to all the time, every day, all day, you talk to them, they sad. Like if nothing you do can just cheer them up, they just sad. Eventually you finna start being sad too. Or eventually you gonna start being an angry person too. Because again, what? Misery loves company, and some angry people do not want to see a happy person. They don't want to see a happy person. They mad and angry and you happy. How dare you? So you gotta be careful. Be careful with that. If you have a friend that's going through something, yes, you can extend help to them. But if it's to the point where it's draining you, you might have to reevaluate some things, because you don't want to become emotionally drained. You can become emotionally drained. You can become emotionally unstable to the point where maybe you just crying over everything and you can't even just stop crying. And sometimes you just cry, you don't even know why you crying. You mad, you don't even know why you mad no more. You just mad, you just a mad person. You just emotionally unstable. One minute you could be sitting there smiling, and the next minute you is just mad at the world. So you gotta be careful with that too. Because if you become emotionally unstable, you open up the doors for someone else to try to control your emotions. If you can't control your own emotions, you may have a person who try to control your emotions. And that is emotional abuse. Sometime, at one point in time or another, we may have all experienced some type of emotional abuse. You may have a person who see that you are not in a stable place, you're down and out, and they will play on you. Emotional abuse is when a person is using consistent pattern of abusive words towards you, like a bully, someone who bullies you, constant harsh criticism, gaslighting, making you feel like something is wrong with you when they in fact are the problem. Try to tear down, do anything to tear down your self-esteem, or try to do anything to embarrass you, make you feel guilty all the time, blame you for their mistakes. And sometimes a person will go so far to, they would do things not to you, but it will be towards you. Treat the dog better than you, like the dog is getting better treatment than you are. Those are all emotional signs of emotional abuse. So you gotta watch out for things like that. Watch who you attach yourself to emotionally, because once you are emotionally attached to a person, it's so hard for you to just turn, that switch off. You may have a friend or friends, or, that you may see that they are getting, emotionally abused, and they may not even realize it, to the point where they make up excuses for the person who's emotionally abusing them. It can get real bad. So watch who you are attaching yourself to emotionally. I've seen TV shows where one person may say, hey, let's cut this child up or something. And I always used to say, now it's one thing if one crazy person come up with this theory, but it's another thing if another person sit there and agree to it. How did two people agree that this was okay? Because sometimes some people get so emotionally attached to other people that they will do any and everything because they are attached to them. And they become them. They become that person. So we gotta watch who we are attaching ourselves to seriously. And if you feel like you need to detach, go through the motions and remove yourself from that situation as soon as possible. Now, sometimes you got to remember that you can't control your emotions right away. I mean, if you hear some bad news or something that just happened out of nowhere, you may cry, you may scream, you may yell, but at some point in time, oh, it's a fly. I don't know if y'all see that. I do not like flies. At some point in time, we need to get our emotions under control, especially and serious situations and decisions that we make. You know, it's okay to use your emotions. Emotions are good. And it's not good to be around an emotionalist person. So if you are an emotionalist person, try to show more emotions sometimes. And most of the time, if a person is emotionally unstable, there's some underlining there that they may need therapy or something to get the problem fixed. So it could be you, it could be a friend of yours, or whoever. Now, emotions, remember, are good, but they are not used to determine what we do in life making decisions. You should use your mind for that. Emotions will get you into some trouble. If you make a lot of decisions off your emotions, especially if you're angry, those emotions can get you into some crazy, crazy things. I want to leave you all with this scripture. It is Proverbs 27:19. A fool always loses his temper, but a wise man holds back. So it's